saplings are really cute. Ooh, ooh.
You made League of Legends miserable for everyone.
I'm sensing a lot of negative energy here. Give me your hand. Give me your hand. Are you a Virgo?
No. What are you doing?
I'm sensing cringe.
Okay, that's gonna get out of here. Go. You're
No, she's right. She's
get
onto
out of here,
something.
right, cat lady.
But she was right about the cringe, though.
Yeah. Oh, is she right about Yumi too? You want to call yourself out like that?
Moving on. While Ruby was taping up his windows, LEC pulled the curtains on Heretics. Chakaress's gamer tweets might be gone for good, but at least we can rely on Jankos to call out his teammates. It's a shame he couldn't call off fighting 4v5s versus SK, or they might still be in the tournament. Wait, you also didn't realize you had curtains.
LEC should know Markun's on the way up, but hasn't actually started this yet. So we're going to see if he can try and make a play with Niski having pushing mid to go for a dive top. But the timing of this is not great, and Markun's already spotted us.
Take a look at this, 2v2 for now. Niski will be able to arrive, flashes away from the cocoon. The venomous bite comes is conceding for first blood. Niski arrives too late for the party, and Certus teleports in just to close it out.
Perfect there for Markun, seeing Elyoya on the way, getting there to interrupt the dive as well. The flash E, absolutely perfect to shut him down.
And Irrelevant outplaying that, buying time.
Oh yeah.
Using the flash to avoid the cocoon was crucial. If he was caught by that, the burst damage was simply too high. Dawson Exekick this time round, stepping all the way forward. Doss is low. Markun's going to be able to pick up those Krugs and back away. Not looking for the dive. That wave clear is simply too great for the Mad Lions.
The science field is also super annoying for Sivir, trying to like time the spell shield as well. Once level 6 comes around, hold that thought.
It's a lot of damage, and as Irrelevant is just solo kill.
That was sick from Chase. He ends up interrupting the jump away from Irrelevant with the CC and then sets up for the all-out. That was so well played by Chasey.
Oh no, I don't know if he'd had these items before he died, but the Merc Treads rush on Irrelevant versus Elise, and knowing that Zoe's coming to the top side too, not helping him at all there, as Markun is much healthier than Elyoya, but in the middle of two players, it's really tough for him to fight it out. Looked like Certus was going to roam towards the top side though, so Elyoya backs up.
This is exactly what we wanted to see from the Mad Lions.
Oh, that's another solo kill!
But Niski picks up the solo. Didn't quite see exactly how that played out, but obviously full combo and managing to make it work. Advantage here, Mad Lions.
I mean, SK solo laners mod check. What is going on right here? Is Hilly under a little bit of trouble?
Halo Varos is going to force away the flash, and Dawson Exekick continuing to bounce back. Big advantages in terms of just keep the pressure up, force SK back, that range advantage, keeping them in control. Minion Wave making its way forward, another sleep will connect. Markun will not be able
There's the jump!
And Niski is dropped! He's taken out by Irrelevant, and all of a sudden SK, they bought themselves some time.
Perfect. Critical mistake from Niski there, getting picked off, but SK also had about a 5-second window before the minion wave ran into the tower where they could try to look for a pick against Niski. Niski goes for the poke and gets absolutely slammed.
Again, it's Exekick stepping up. Great chains of corruption to lock down Niski on that play. And now SK can get these waves pushed out, start to establish vision around the Baron, and make sure that Mad Lions can't keep up this constant assault that they've been doing.
And of course, the game will slow down for the picks. They have used vision to their advantage. They honestly are taking full advantage of Niski Zoe, because he has almost single-handedly controlled the majority of this rift. Doss is continuing to run away for his life. Teleport's being challenged.
The silence!
Equinox is dropped! The silence was huge! And now Chasey caught in between three. Got that ghost available to him. Hillisek stepping forward. Turns his focus onto Exekick. Doesn't have the damage just yet. Pulls him back with the all-out, and Hilly gets the kill in a 2v4. All of a sudden, Cards and Elyoya, they blow up Markun. Turn their attention to Irrelevant. Hilly flashes over the wall. Finds the root. Here comes the Mad Lions. Trying to find another kill. And SK Gaming can do naught to stop them.
Another cocoon on the other side. Surges trying to run, scramble his way back towards the base, has to turn it straight around. Mad Lions, what started out as Niski getting picked, obliterate
Four
SK.
Mad Lions on the bot side plays, which is why they have crazy vision on this bottom side that's spotting out every move SK are trying to make.
SK right now trying to clear that out. Still holding on to that bottom tower. Two tower plates secured a piece for this bottom lane. Irrelevant, we caught a glimpse of him continuing to apply pressure onto Chasey up top. And Niski's even going to be able to get some damage there. Certus unable to get over the wall.
Yeah.
Irrelevant continuing. He's nearly 2,000 gold ahead of Chasey's Cassante.
But that Shuriken flip missing is actually a really big deal, because I don't think Niski could have stayed for the 3-4 auto attacks that were required to take the turret plate. So big amount of money, equalizing the mid lane matchup just because of one flubbed jump. That's not a great look.
And this now leaves an opportunity for, again, Oyoya to push up towards this top side. He's just trying to match Marcoon across the map because you know Marcoon is having that ticking timer on the
Not
rim.
available. He's going to initiate now onto Niski. Find the stun teleport coming out from Certus is irrelevant. Going to be alive
too
when
late.
it completes. Flashes into the tri-bush, and Chasey's trying to hunt down. Not going to find the damage from the Q, and Niski is all of a sudden being focused.
What?
He may be taken out from Certus, who's forced to flash over the wall, and it's SK that win it out.
What a play! Certus teleports in, irrelevant, kiting for his life. Somehow stays alive, dodging everything Chasey throws against him on just 1 HP. The entire game unlocked now for SK as they sprint to the Baron.
Irrelevant still has the TP. He's going to reset and make sure that he can get here. Oyoya, you have to make the miracle skill, but SK, they don't want to let him in.
They've peeled, they've stunned him, they've locked him down. The chase is on, and Exekick will kill Oyoya. Tidal Wave is used defensively for the Mad Lions. They forced Mad fall back to if SK feel they have enough time. But it's all of a sudden Exekick that gets jumped on, gets cold below half health. The prison not doing a whole lot to prevent Mad Lions, but the re-engage, it's all of a sudden cold.
Certus!
Got up one onto DOS. Certus is on the back line. He's got a kill already inside the field, and now finds a second. Niski not going to be able to kill out Exekick, and Chasey running for his life. Certus re-engages and finds yet another, a triple kill for Certus Akali.
Certus is just 1v9 in the backline. What a glow up here from the SK mid lane, eviscerating the squishies on the side of Mad Lions and turning around what looked like was going to be a lost fight for them.
Niski had his moment in the spotlight game 1, and now it's Certus saying, I've come to
Fully aware, teleport being thrown down in the midst of
Huge.
Mad Lions, but Irrelevant is already killed. Mad managed to focus him before the rest of SK could arrive.
Certus, what was that?
Certus obliterating Mad. How?
Just absolutely insane. Mad Lions find the pick, but no Viol, no lockdown. Certus again playing for his cooldowns inside of his shroud and getting out of there on the ult to make it a double.
I said keep eyes on Niski. He got to do nothing against Certus there. Immediately now, with only 25 seconds until the Baron, it feels like Mad Lions are inching ever closer to just being shut out of this game. Beautiful stuff from SK. The TP in the back line. Irrelevant takes the brunt
Just right now.
They're taking the towers. They want to keep this minion wave alive. SK see blood in the water, and they want to make sure they're putting Mad Lions in their place.
Looking to even out the series, bounce back from that game 1, and Certus on the Akali, hunting for another kill. 7-0-6, make that 8-0-6. And Exodus turret has fallen, and so has Niski, the ace inside the base. And SK will destroy Mad Lions, and even the series 1-1.
A perfect turnaround after that game 1 loss, because game 1 they felt like they could do nothing, but it started in the draft that Marcoon, early presence on the Rift, able to get some ganks, get some kills, and then when it came...
And Niski's popped off in the other 50. I mean, he also actually kind of popped off in this one. So I feel like we should celebrate the fact that they came back in the series and won game 2, and Goldberg, and how, right? It's very, very convincing from the finish, even though Matt tried to throw everything in the kitchen sink.
Right, yeah, I still think like at early game it was a bit tricky, but you can clearly see they came in with a different plan as well, and that starts in the draft. This draft really just speaks of comfort for SK. It's really what we've come to expect from them, specifically in the group stage. The Seri that we've so often seen, the Lulu as well from DOS, and that gives them so much power as well.
Yeah, I think what they did was really impressive in terms of adaptation. All of a sudden, we go from...
Fantastic bubble from DOS to keep the bot lane safe. I think Hila-sang was trying to predict the flash from Exekick, but ended up finding the fish instead, and now Marcoon wants to get involved.
Oh, Marcoon will be able to find Oyoya first. Crushing blow down. 3 members of SK forcing out Oyoya. He's flashed into the tri-bush, but his first blood to Exekick.
Gorgeous flash from Marcoon, gets in front of the vault breaker from Oyoya. Oyoya cannot escape, absolutely shuts it down. The same way you'd flash in front of a Sion trying to ult out of a top lane situation. It's absolutely perfect for Marcoon tracking that one.
Fantastically done, especially for members of SK, and I think specifically for Exekick, who's been the danger man so many of SK's games. Take a look at this. On average, up 12 CS throughout the course of winter before today's games, plus 400 gold, and crucially for me, that is an insane... Well, right now, DOS and Exekick were able to back away before Oyoya could get in range. Irrelevant will throw out that call of the Forge God, and Chasey flashes away to safety. Irrelevant and Marcoon not able to combine for the kill.
Really cleverly played there by Chasey. I mean, he's just kind of face rolling into Irrelevant, but trying to knock him away from using that second cast of the Forge God. Really shuts down the playmaking, because this is the type of matchup, Ornn versus range champion on top side, where at level 6 you have so much kill threat. Ornn's back in the day would take unsealed spellbooks, they could switch over to Ignite, call their jungler up, and just kill whatever top laner they were playing against. But because Chasey dodges away from that, all he loses is the flash, and Marcoon's time spent topside gives a very easy Drake
proximity. That's the amount of time they spend around those respective roles. Hilly's been roaming a whole lot. This is the first time we've seen him on that melee support. With the engage, Kazi's able to pick up that kill with the help of Hilly. He's now knocked up into the air by the Cyclone, flashes away to safety, stays alive before Marcoon can get anywhere near, and it's 3 more kills to the Mad Lions.
Oh, no. Hylissang and Carzzy just 2v3'd right there. Absolutely explode the first target, buying time, and Elyoya comes in to clean it all up. He might be looking for mid lane too. Check out how low Certus is. No flash on the Azir, and everyone is coming to party in the mid lane.
3 members of Mad Lions at least threatening Certus. Irrelevant will get caught by that belly bop.
Always have to watch when a team takes mass resets, right? Mad Lions, these 3 players all just recalled at the same time. They're going to move onto the map and make a play together, but SK are waiting.
While waiting for that fight, Dredgeline connected. Hilly flashes forward, gets a multi-man knockup. The barrel splits up SK, and they are routed and running for their lives. Irrelevant arrives just a moment too late, and SK lose 2 members.
Oh my god! Pause the game! Stop! What did we just witness? Hylissang do to them?
To do that?
I don't think so. I don't think so. Like, they've got 3 players there. All of SK is ready to go and look for a kill, and he doesn't even blink. He just lands a Q and then flashes in. Man has no fear whatsoever.
This is why I love watching Hylissang on melee engage style supports. Yes, he still plays those enchanters and those range champions in a similar vein, but they do not have that same level of flashy impact like his Nautilus.
Especially when you know you've just got this fed.
By the pride, and once again, Mad Lions ace SK.
And Mad Lions will take game 2 off the back of a fantastic performance from Carzzy, bringing out the Draven one more time and showing that it should be feared.
Mad Lions looking to go 2-1 up in the series. Do they continue the pressure with the Baron empowered minions? It looks to be the case. It has been 544 days since Mad Lions have won a best of 5 here in Europe. It was the summer finals that they picked up the title for. And they're looking to put themselves in a position to take down
that's
SK.
Baron recalls. Wait, but Niski isn't hitting the B button. Oh no.
All right, well, will Niski be taken out? Where's the rest of the damage here? Is Irrelevant by some time. Call of the Forge God will hold Niski in place for now. Certus continuing the chase, tidal wave from as well, and Niski may be able to just waddle to safety, and SK can do nothing. Flex on them! Flex on them, Niski!
No. Irrelevant still chasing. He gives him the Timo thumbs up. The sad beat. The rest of SK are on the way. But what are they going to do? Finally manage to kill him? No, not today!
He stays alive while that's going on. The rest of Mad Lions push the bottom lane. They look to secure their 8th tower. Dragon has spawned as well, and Niski will not get taken down. All of a sudden, Mad Lions, now they are chasing on to yet another inhibitor turret.
Has been chased by Niski. He's been turned around.
Not like this.
Get a kill.
Not like this.
Not like this. Niski on his first ever Gragas mid, showing off at 23 minutes, looking for some sushi.
This is wrong. This is wrong.
Kill. And Doss is forced to flash for his life. And look at this bottom lane. Still pressure from Mad with those Baron empowered minions.
Look, sushi and a drink sounds like a great time to me. Hylissang says, let's party.
Manages to find yet another hook. The Cyclone holds a couple of members in place, but there's not enough damage. There's not enough follow-up. And it's Elyoya followed by Carzzy to pick up more kills. The Nexus is that it already lost himself one of those turrets, and Mad Lions are dominating SK.
Don't worry, though. Doss is still fine.
Yeah, it's not sushi. It's pigeons on the menu instead, because it's Certus that goes down. They're going to push on through, and there it is.
Mad Lions destroying SK, and a 1-win away from advancing to the 3rd place match, the semi-finals. That was brutal. That was a game that Elyoya helped the Kazi and bottom lane, as well as Hilly, to just completely take over. And SK looked lost.
No.
SK looked incapable of standing toe-to-toe.
There's just nothing.
In terms of execution, that's what SK will be hoping for. Quick update for you. Aljoya did report some client performance issues, and league officials are currently investigating.
The client having issues?
Not certain exactly.
That can't be right.
But I think for me, I mean, Ender, Aljoya in the previous game just completely ran away. Multiple successful ganks in the bottom lane. He dominated and then unlocked the Draven to push that advantage further.
He was an absolute fiend in that last game. I do think this will be a very different look. Again, kind of like you're alluding to, maybe a little bit of quieter early game. Interestingly, Aljoya is still going for that Dark Harvest Gragas, so a little bit of a fun one seeing here, day one of finals weekend. But also, looking at these summoners, I know you guys can't see this, but X-Kick has barrier in the bot lane, DOS has heal, there's a cleanse and a heal on the Mad Lions side.
Running into two members of the Mad Lions. Repels up, drops down. Look at the minimap. Kazi's making his way into the jungle, and Marcoon is caught in enemy territory. Niski chasing forward, flashes, gets the Q down. Tower hits as well as the laser, and first blood secured by Niski, and the red buff as well.
Fantastic play there. Aljoya and Hilo saying track Marcoon and shut him down. That is your only job playing against an Elise in the early game, is make sure your lanes are covered against the dive and you can move and punish her if he walks into her jungle.
And a big overstep from Marcoon as well. There was no need to overforce that. You got Gragas back. You're allowing Exakick and DOS to crash this wave, which is the big win. Now you don't get to crash this. Karzi and Hilly are going to hit level 3 and can go very aggressive in this bottom side now that you've got Gragas moving down here as well.
Remember, we talked about it. Aljoya needed to look for some sort of advantages. Drop to 210 hit points. Marcoon now starting to back away as Hilly is trading with those autos. Exakick takes himself a turret shot. All of a sudden, Kazi and Hilly step forward. Summon a heal use. Flash out from Kazi. He's
no
looking
way.
for DOS. Defensive flash use. Kazi is taken down by Exakick, and the assist as well for Marcoon.
Oh, Karzi thought he had an outplay, but he reached way too hard, flashing in, and SK shut him down. If Karzi and Hillsing just big chill down there, they would have been totally fine, because look at the top side of the map, completely open here for the Gragas to take, but now Aljoya has to try and look for some kind of response gank on the top.
Relevant is level 6, flash available to him. We'll just use that unstoppable onslaught to run away to safety. We're unable to find the play, but this was Mad Lions trying to force out Marcoon, and they just went too far.
I mean, great setup with the Gravitum from Exakick.
Just one shot. The bullets do so much damage. Aljoya too, there's a lot of burst on the side of Mad, so anytime they have these windows to move around the map, they're going to try to punish. A great reverse though from SK, but they can't quite nail him.
That was beautiful from Exakick. Times it where he's just got enough bullets to get the Gravitum off. Immediately swaps over to the Calibrum, and that's where Nephilios is most dangerous, but Marcoon's in danger and he's out of there.
Completely blown up, just set up by Aljoya. All out is used by Chasey, continuing to damage out Irrelevant. Still got hundreds of hit points, not really under kill threat for now, but Chasey as well as Irrelevant continuing to scale, farming, dead even. It will be important for Irrelevant in the team side of the rift, but there's no minions to work with. Kazi's been able to clear them out. The Q knocks up a couple. Aljoya is chunked down low. The Soul Furnace almost enough to pick up the kill, but Irrelevant now stepping forward. Zombie mode may be so important. Already got himself one kill. The rest of SK looking to take down the tower. Irrelevant stays alive a few seconds longer. The tower is secured, and it will be Irrelevant finally killed. Is there any further follow-up here? SK happy with the kills and the tower, and they're backing away.
I mean, Irrelevant trading 1 for 1 right there is just 1v9ing, because his team just got a turret in the bot lane. Marcoon and Surges were both pushing it, so that turret's low as well.
And I love that we got a preview of things to come. Irrelevant, 30 seconds, just standing with 4 members of Mad Lions around him, and he gets a kill on the way out. This is exactly where SK
White
wants
blue guns, and it's not enough damage just yet.
The chunk is so bad, Niski gets knocked up, but he's still alive. Aljoya turns it straight around, he finds Exakick, but Exakick is free firing. White gun is shredding Mad Lions. SK all the way.
They have dominated Mad inside the river. The wild growth onto Exakick did so much work, and Certus finds another. 4 members of the Mad Lions are down.
Screw the dragon, it's Baron time for SK. Game 4 delivers, and SK are hitting Mad Lions hard.
What a turn there from SK. Exekick pumping out so much damage in that fight. It looked like maybe he was going to be the one caught out, but just holds his ground and fires back the Bloodthirster, keeping him topped up for long enough that the rest of the team could clean up.
Both of the teams were looking for the fight. They were committed to the fight. The unstoppable onslaught comes out, the culling as well. Irrelevant gets some damage down as Niski's forced to move himself north. Nobody goes down just yet. The tower not secured either. And Exekick is now continuing to chase. Chasey is going to vote Gale Force forward.
Oh my God.
For the kill as well. And now looking to secure the tower. Yet another advantage. It's a 40-second death time now.
It's not every day you see the AD carry become the split push threat. Exekick taking matters into his own hands. The rest of SK, the reinforcements have arrived.
Keep in mind, no flash for Exekick. He used it to secure that kill. Ayoya's barrels allowing Mad Lions to pick up the kill onto Marcoon. They will defend that inhibitor turret, but it's another kill. It's another objective. It's a minute until the next dragon.
And 30 seconds until
20 seconds before Irrelevant is up. He's got the TP available, and Hillsang is just blasted down. Stays alive a few seconds longer. Wild growth is needed for Exekick to stay alive because he is dropped inside his base. Chasey is moving forward, but does not have the damage to take down Exekick. And SK Gaming will bounce back. SK Gaming will force us to a game 5.
Never mind, Exekick is the other tank, so SK just decide to barrel through and will manage to take us to a game 5. Blue side is OP.
4 games in a row, the blue side has come out victorious, and the second time that SK has shut down the Mad Lions. They are styling in the final seconds of play. Fountain diving for the ace, and we're going all the way. Game 5, Silver Scrapes, SK versus Mad Lions.
What a way to kick off finals weekend. SK showing up with their backs against the wall. Our closest game, I think, of the series, fighting tooth and nail through it. But once they got a lead, they never let go.
And they played it so well, focusing on the early heralds, making sure that they're able to get those gold into the right people and stopping this game.
Oh my gosh, Ifya. The ADC to watch, rather. We also have some voice comms from SK's 21-minute fight win. Oops.
If we can start the turn, is the best, by the way. They have good poke.
Can you? Okay.
Yeah, flank from here. Play from both sides.
Play on this push. Okay.
Play from both sides. Play from both sides. But they will
need to
look on the Gragas, by the way.
And play on the pixel. Play on the pixel.
Wait.
I'm zoned.
Need to go Gragas.
Gragas.
Help Joel.
I'm fine.
Kite back. Gragas eat. I'm sustaining. Kite back.
You want to back. Can you stop
this space?
Wait. I'm taking health food.
I'm full tanky. I take no damage.
Look on this.
And consistency is rewarded. And Mad Lions getting a 4th place spot, if this is where they fall short, sure, would still be good, obviously, better than a Fnatic, for example. But it, if you aren't able to maintain that top form, like, you have to be worried about where this SK roster can still go. Because I think, like, one of the big questions that people have, especially when you look at veterans, what is their ceiling? Have we seen their ceiling? Can they go above it? Or, like, is there still room for them to grow? We know, without a doubt, that this SK roster, we've only seen the start of their very long journey. This is the beginning of what could be an incredibly talented roster, and if they fall short here, the expectations on them have already far surpassed what they were.
Don't see this in BO1s, but over the course of a series, how like the signature pocket picks of different players get respect banned so early. The Nautilus from Hillsang, the Scion from Irrelevant, and now Exekick's Aphelios on top.
I feel like here, though, you try and pick up this Jax. I was thinking you actually go Jax Sejuani, because the big thing is you want to try and get comfort for Irrelevant. You don't want that Jax to just slip through the bad phase again. But also, I think if you're going to go for something like this, more bruiser carrying the top side, having engage on a Sejuani becomes very, very important.
Now, does Kazi feel the Draven once more? It was the Draven Nautilus into the Lucian army in game 3. Instead,
Okay.
It's going to insta-lock there the Gragas as well as the Jace.
That's wild. Still
Away the game, especially if Marcoon decides to gank top, put some time and pressure onto him, which is what Marcoon did in the second game against Vitality, getting Irrelevant ahead and unlocking the win through the top lane.
And it's interesting to see because you do essentially counterpicking yourself with the Renekton going into the Gragas, but Hilly and also the Tristana here for Karzi. This is going to be we want to all in every second that we can, and Elyoya, we're going to need help from you to do that.
I mean, the Rel set up for a Gragas cast to pull them all in and knock them whichever direction you want. We finish off the draft with DOS locking in the Zoe for Certus to rock in the mid lane as well. Niski looked so powerful on that champ at the start of the game, and I'm almost expecting Niski to.
Of course, we saw Hylissang complete take over the game earlier this series on that Nautilus. Landing engage after engage. He started with that W, got the crash down available, will land it onto Exakick. Rocket jump forward from Kazi. The damage trade is high and it's cleanse for Exakick already used. Flash away from Kazi. Exakick picks up first blood. A fight that Mad Lions started. Now Hilly's the focus, the target, and he's simply not got enough damage. Forced to flash over the wall, and it's SK that win.
Just a wild all in there. Karzi taking W at level 1, maybe a chance to reset that and get a second, but the lack of damage there absolutely punished. Chasey takes a great trade on the top side of the map, but it's also Karzi playing with cleanse. Like they don't have as much to try and go for this early all-in.
Especially when you have that heal, the ignite to try and start the all-in. Cleanse immediately, you got the extra heal there.
But walking over the ward, I don't think Mad Lions are going to want to take this fight.
They're not.
Oh no.
However, will dash all the way forward. Kazi's low, below 300, but it's Exakick that's the focus. Exakick that's the target. Exakick that is down. The reset, the W, the reset again, and Kazi is chasing out DOS. 2 quick kills to the Mad Lions.
Chasey killed Irrelevant too, by the way.
Yeah, you had the lead. Exakick, you just needed to play it safe. Just crash the wave, reset, and you're fine. But now, as you say it, kills him, bot. Chasey takes over top, and what was a great start has fallen to pieces.
Yeah, I mean, that balling gank was not going to work unless Exakick just full sent it into them like he did right there. And Mad Lions absolutely punish off that, even knowing Marcoon was in the area. At the same time, just the fact that Elyoya only needs the 1 gank on top side so that Chasey can sprint away with this matchup is absolutely huge. Irrelevant just used both slice and dice and got murdered.
I mean, think back to the last time Chasey played this Jace in the top lane. He had such a huge impact. Fantastic damage throughout the course of the game. And he's already 2-0 up, got a 12 CS advantage, nearly 1,000 gold lead. And that is just going to be even more difficult for this Renekton to play out.
Especially as he starts to take plates, so Yoya realizes that if you can get Chasey ahead, play for Rift Tower with this big Jace, it's going to become nigh on impossible for SK to play, especially since Renekton's big pick is supposed to be a plane for Rift Tower.
Niski's also roaming up here, and Certus may be a little late to the party. Cocoon connects, and that is just melted.
They want more.
Cannot stand in front of his tower. Marcoon sent running for his life. Certus too late to the party. 5 kills to 1 in a 2,000 gold lead.
Look at the entire shift, by the way, from the Mad Lions. The bot lane even moved up, so it was this huge rotation towards the top side of the map because they had full prio over bot lane. They're going to lose a couple of minions to that tower, but making sure they were always going to be in a position to show up, pick up the wave that Niski was sacrificing in mid as he was rotating towards the top side of the map. Mad Lions are back to rotational form.
Prevents Karzi from actually being able to follow up. They get the kill onto him, and that's where it starts to go a little bit sideways. You still get Exakick here, you still get Chasey who's able to come through, but very deep on the play as Marcoon will fall. You get the follow-up coming through with the TP from the Renekton, and it's just, at this stage, I think cut your losses, take a play, be happy with this. You'd already invested so much on Mad Lions to make this play happen.
SK are going to be hunting for an initiation. 4 versus 3 for now. Chasey manages to flash away to safety, or dash away to safety rather. Hilly will get taken out, so SK find themselves a pick and punish Mad Lions for just being grouped up.
Perfect. 4 versus 3 in the mid lane. Both the Gragas was in base, the Tristana was in bot lane. This is what Mad Lions just did to
from
SK.
ahead, from elite, so you can use the walls and have people sitting under towers, but that's not what we're getting here.
Exakick goes all the way forward, is knocked back by the ultimate fortress.
Oh, Hilly!
The storm is huge once again. Hylissang holds everyone from SK in place. McCarthy is jumped on, he's focused, he's killed off by DOS, who flashed over the wall. All of a sudden, Certus is the target, and he flashes away from the explosive cast. SK find another kill, and now have a numbers advantage against the Mad Lions.
They've nothing left in the tank though. Marcoon has already used the ultimate, so Mad Lions know they're safe to push in. Use the health bar advantage that they have and start to set up vision for the Baron. Won't be able to get the inner turret, but it is at least a little bit of SK gold.
You have to give credit to SK's target selection, the ability to find the carries.
Hold on. Carzzy jumped into all of them.
Fair point. Fair point. But I think for SK, they are going to take every single one of these moves.
Let's track what Carzzy did here, because the ult at first is good. Disengage, that's the right idea. Then Mad Lions get a different idea. Hillsang sees a very low Exa, which Carzzy also sees. Unfortunately, they all turn around on him. Marcoon isn't CC'd for that long, and Carzzy has no front line. He just went in at first.
I mean, very disjointed on the engage. You can see they wanted to have Nisqy there. That's kind of the combo you were talking about at the start, Ender, where that barrel goes in, but too little, too late. Now you've actually gotten SK with a little bit more gold in their back pockets, starting to again see if they can set up for this Baron objective. And when you have when you're on the red side, it becomes very difficult for Mad Lions to just quickly start this up, because you always have to be aware of Marcoon coming over the wall.
I think also, crucially, up until that previous fight, Certus and Exakick were not significantly further behind their opposite numbers, so at least the damage on the side of SK
is something he's definitely going to be eyeing up.
Certus is playing this really smart on side lanes though. The second he spots out where Elyoya is, or the majority of Mad Lions, that's when he's going aggressive, so then there can't actually be anyone collapsing onto him. He's very vulnerable in side lanes, but if there's no chance of anyone coming, he's fine.
They're going! That's Elyoya locked in place. He repels up, but what goes up must come down, and another kill secured. Exakick 3, 2, and 3 with 35 seconds until the next dragon spawns. SK have gotten advantage, and they've got the time.
I mean, they might just be able to move over to the Baron. 30 seconds on Elyoya. They're going to go there and potentially look to turn. Now, so many big ultimates have been used. It's just irrelevant with the ulti here, but you can see how far away Carzzy is from the rest of the team. SK can find a fight before the carry arrives.
Siski's no ultimate available to him either. Carzzy
What's relevant?
Trying to catch back up. Marcoon steps forward, turns the attention over to the members, but Hillsang trying to slow them down. All of a sudden, Chasey and Irrelevant are dropped in the fight. Carzzy is remaining untouched. Keep your eyes on Certus, forced to flash.
Oh, Carzzy's huge!
Carzzy, rocket jumps forward, looking for the reset on DOS. Will get it. All of a sudden, Exakick is dropped by the Nisqy on the mid lane, and it is just SK. They got run down in the pit.
He's dropped by, I know, the Gragas in the mid lane. It's confusing absolutely everyone. Nisqy also on the charge, and he kills him in game.
Ultimate snipe, and just like that, Mad Lions crush down SK, and they are the ones on the Baron.
That was beautiful from Mad Lions. Carzzy managing to get the kills, and the follow-up is there, and now Mad Lions, they get the Baron, they get to reset, they get to move over towards the Dragon as well, and especially with Carzzy now getting a ton of gold off that play, he can actually start to get to that late game threat.
I need to see Mad Lions control the next few minutes of this game, because of how aggressively they have tried to find the kills. Madness Storm's thrown down. He only catches Irrelevant, who buys some time with that stopwatch. All of a sudden, it's Elyoya backing away. He's chunked a little low, but Chasey is untouched. Certus is caught out, rooted, stunned, blown up. A double kill for Carzzy. Mad Lions, do they fancy a push? This is a 5 versus 3. They could look to end the game.
The Baron's gone.
End SK.
The Baron's gone, but there are more minions on the way. The first tower has gone down. Hillsang trying to tank up now. Only 3 players alive. 30 seconds away. Mad Lions are pushing for the end.
There's no HP available. There's no tools available. There's no hope left for SK. Mad Lions are on the Nexus, and after 544 days, Mad Lions take down SK in a best of 5.
SK gave their all, but they're just no match for the Mad Lions. It was a messy, brawly game of chaos, but Mad are just able to outfight, outsmart, and outwit their opponents at the end.
What a fight, and what a game from Hillsang as well, finding so many ways to kick off those fights. Absolutely corralling SK Gaming multiple times. For a moment there, SK, they picked Elyoya, they're moving over to the Baron, but it was Hillsang that found his mark and set up the team fight for Mad Lions to slaughter him.
The first pick, Elise, unlocked everything. For Mad Lions, you can see a Exakick on stage right now. A tough, tough loss. But what a phenomenal run for this SK roster. If I look at their placements over the last few years, 8th, 9th, 6th, 9th, 7th. This is the first time that they've made it to the top 4. First time they've made it to playoffs in literal years. And these young players can absolutely grow and develop.
I mean, summer 2015 was the last time that they actually made it to a top 4. So honestly, this should still be an incredibly proud moment. And when you're looking at a team like
this is a team that is really playing well. It was a tough series for them, but they pulled through in the end. I think a large part due to the fact of their overall map play.
I mean, in terms of that, Chasey, Alyoya, and Kazi are your nominees for Player of the Series. You can vote on Twitter at LEC. I think it's a tough one because I think literally every player on the Rift today had moments that were fantastic. Ultimately, it felt like Mad Lions just had a slightly better grasp of the map and movements, but SK shocked, surprised, and I think they showed some ways in which they need to be considered, threats for spring. And how on earth do Mad Lions now bounce back from this? They play Koi tomorrow. That Gragas for Niski was definitely a surprise.
I mean, we saw a lot of surprises. Even the Elite starting to come through for Alyoya was something that we were kind of questioning. Is it going to come?